What I love about politicians when they've spent, Caroline, a long time in opposition, when they win an election and get into government, they realise there's so many great perks to be had when you're in government. Now, Labor said they were going to stop waste and rotting in governments. Well, I'm not sure they're keeping that promise. Defence experts have had a look at some of the flights, the VIP flights that ministers are taking. Now, we've always been able to work out who's gone where and how much it's cost. But this government's changed that now to make it very difficult to find out where these VIP flights are going. Now, one of the great offenders here is the Defence Minister Richard Marles. Now, he holds a seat in Geelong. He spent a whopping $3.6 million, they've only been there for just over a year, on VIP flights, including $16,000 flight to go and see, of all things, the Matildas. But he lives in Geelong, and it looks like he's been directing RAF VIP flights to land at Avalon Airport so he doesn't have to get in his Commonwealth chauffeur-driven car to be taken an hour down the road to Geelong. That's outrageous.
I mean, this is a terrible look for a party that made integrity a part of its platform, as you've pointed out. Look, national security was given as the reason why they couldn't disclose or be more transparent about these flights. And then we learn that one of them was the $16,000 flight for him to fly from where the party was having its federal conference in Brisbane to Sydney for the Matildas game. Now, I was at that game at Accor Stadium, and it was a great game, the semi-final. Don't get me wrong. I took the train in. As most people watching, we didn't get a $16,000 private flight in. There were commercial flights that he could have taken, domestic flights for that. We really need to see, the irony here, Pricey, is that Richard Marles was one of the people in opposition who attacked Bronwyn Bishop over her $5,000 flight, her helicopter flight to a fundraising event at the time. And rightly, she should have been criticised for that, and she ended up paying it back. But now he's gone and spent $16,000 when he could have got a domestic flight in and really didn't have to be at the game. He wasn't there for any diplomatic purposes. Like, he didn't need to be there. I'm sure he wanted to watch it like the rest of the country, but he could have easily watched it on television at home. So that's one flight. The rest of them we don't know all the details about, but it is an exorbitant amount they've reached, and they can't keep saying national security reasons, because once the flight has happened, there shouldn't be any reason to continue on using that excuse.
No, of course not. I'm just upset that you were at the Matildas game and not watching me on Sky filling in for Paul Murray. But
I had it on my phone, you know.
These things happen.
Watching it.
Good on you, Caroline. Thank you. Always a pleasure to catch up with you now.